This is a patient with an hypermature cataract with significant lens intumescence. We begin by making a standard 2.4 mm clear corneal temporal phacoincision. Using trypan blue dye in this case is essential to visualize the anterior capsule during the creation of the capsular rhexis. Due to the intumescent nature of these cataracts, the capsular bag is highly pressurized and this runs the risk of capsular rhexis radialization. Decompression of the capsular bag is essential to minimize the risk of that happening. Here I am using a 26 gauge needle to puncture the center of the anterior capsule and aspirate all the liquefied cortical material out of the capsular bag. Once we have a sufficient amount of the fluid out of the capsular bag, the rhexis can now be initiated and complete without any hassle. As the rhexis is being created, there are localized pockets of intumescent fluid that hamper the visualization of the tearing edge. So when this happens, we just use a good amount of viscoelastic to clear out that intumescent fluid that blocks the visualization of the tearing edge and continue with the capsular rhexis. So now we have a continuous curvilinear capsular rhexis that is sufficiently large to carry out phacoemulsification of this nucleus. Since this nucleus is quite mobile and dense, the best way to approach this would be with a direct phaco-chop technique. Use a high power, high vacuum setting to embed right into the center of the hard nuclear core. Get a good purchase of the nucleus and then chop. We now have two halves of the nucleus. Further sub-chopping this nucleus will ensure that the pieces are small enough to be safely taken out of the capsular bag and emulsified in the iris plane. One thing to keep in mind is that these dense, hard, leathery nucleuses tend to have some attachments remaining to their nuclear core. So making sure that they're completely separated is vital before bringing them out of the capsular bag for emulsification. Once again, burrowing deep into the hard nuclear core and then chopping it into smaller and smaller fragments. Just ensuring complete separation of all those leathery attachments before bringing that nuclear piece out of the capsular bag. Fast forward to the end of the case where we are chopping up the last nuclear fragments and bringing them up to the iris plane for safe emulsification. These hard cataracts tend to have wispy and very adherent cortical remnants on the posterior capsule, but it would be wise to leave these alone as it is quite difficult to remove these wispy cortex remnants without damaging the capsular bag. If needed, the patient can always undergo a YAG capsulotomy post-operatively. Coming now to the end of the case with a little bit of irrigation aspiration and placing the IOL in the capsular bag. Thank you for watching.